In today's video, you guys are going to be sitting on the sideline in one of my premium classes teaching our students my most profitable swing trading strategy for crypto. It has not just helped me make $20,000, but over $100,000 within the crypto market. And I believe if you guys just hang on and sit tight for this entire video, it could help give you that jump start and plant the seed within you guys' minds to make your first $100,000 in crypto as well. And for sticking till the very end of this video, I'm going to be throwing in a free bonus for every single one of you guys as well. So make sure to watch until the very end. But I'm going to quit yapping. Let's jump into this live class. Enjoy. The recording has started, so I can send it to you guys at the end for you guys to watch through. I also have a YouTube video for you guys to watch that breaks it down. Turn this into that. Cool. Okay, guys, I'm ready to dive in. I don't know about you guys. I'm ready to just dive in. I'm ready to teach you guys how to trade crypto the real way, not the guru way, not the fake way. We're going to get into a lot of value today. My whole goal is to plant the seed in you guys' brain. Okay, so by the end of this class, you guys are going to be able to understand this exact strategy, and you're going to be able to build off of it. That's the most important part. I'm going to teach you all the foundations, all the structure to the strategy. It's your job to take it from there with my help if you want it. If not, cool. Like, run with it. Take this free value and run with it for all I care. I just want to teach you guys something tonight. Unlike all these other people out there that, you have to pay to just learn one simple thing. So today we're jumping into it. I'm going to pause the music here because we got a little intro video for you guys. Okay. Something just to hype you up, something to tell you a little bit about me. So we're going to dive right in. Let's jump to this. Make sure you guys can hear this.
Noah.
Yes. Okay. Clutch. All right.
Noah didn't grow up with much. No money, no connections, just noise and a burning curiosity. While others chased trends, he chased truth. He studied the science behind crypto, the real mechanics, the code behind the chaos. They laughed when he said he'd crack the system, but Noah didn't need applause. He needed answers. He watched the markets like a hawk, learned the patterns, the psychology, the cycles, and one day it clicked. He made his first real trade, then another, and another. Suddenly, the kid who had nothing had options. He didn't just make money. He bought freedom. No bosses, no clock-ins, no matrix.
Everyone told me it wasn't possible, so I had to go and prove them all wrong. If that doesn't get you guys ready to learn this strategy, I don't know what will. That's a little bit about me, but just a little bit about me. This is obviously my family. I am married with a little one. He's definitely a lot bigger than that now. They grow very quickly. Was just in Dubai last week. Definitely was shopping for some fun things, but more importantly, okay, because nobody cares about all the flexiness and everything. Said you guys want to know more about me and my background. I've been trading for 5+ years, day trading specifically into crypto. I've helped impact over 30,000 students, 30,000 people just like you guys sitting in that seat watching me educate. Done it multiple times, and I continue to do it time and time again. And now the last thing, I've built consistency in trading crypto. And that's the one thing that we're all here to do, is build consistency. Yeah, a couple wins is cool and all. We need to build consistency in the market so that we're buying our time back so that we can grow and use this as a job. Because that's why we're all here, is to grow our wealth and trade crypto consistently, because that's the hardest thing to do. So here's a couple of our students' testimonials. Crypto Strat OP, Crypto Strat too easy, 100% a day, keeps a 9 to 5 away. Shout out to me. Here we go. First trade of the day, 7-to-1 risk to reward. This trade was a banger. So these are people just like you guys that are taking this exact strategy and making money with it. Okay. So we're going to get into exactly how to do all of that. But first and foremost, I'm going to start with the dead basics. We're going to start from literally one. Okay. Which is going to be creating your account. So what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to throw in the crypto software account, and we're all going to go create an account. If you don't already have one, This is where you're going to go to create. I'm going to throw it right here in the chat. Everyone go click on that link. It's going to pull you up to right here. Profit Chasers Bitunix. This is the software I use and recommend to family and friends. The best software by far. So you guys are all going to go click on this link, create an account. All it needs is your email and password. You don't have to send your ID in or all that bull crap. Literally, that is it. So I'm going to have you guys go and do that and then come back up and throw a thumbs up. So then I know how to move on. We're going to go into funding your account, how to place a trade on this account, how to take profit in this account, and so forth. Okay. Yo, what up, JD? Thanks for tuning in, bro. But once you guys have your account created, it shouldn't take any more than 2 minutes. Come back in, throw a thumbs up in the chat, or just type something in there like we got it created so I know I can move on. I'll wait for y'all. I'm just jamming to some music while you guys create your account. Can you hear it, Jimmy? Can you hear the music? It's just an upbeat beat. Oh, that's so sad. That sucks. It's pretty good. All right. Does everyone have their accounts created? I don't see anyone in the chats. If it's taking you a little longer, that's okay. Just let me know. Come back in the chat room. Let me know so I know I can move on. Because I don't want to leave you behind. We're going to go into funding it, placing trades on it, and taking profits in it. I want you guys to be able to follow along with me. Yep. Like JD said. All right, Lando. I know you got yours created. All good. All good. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Absolutely. It'll work on all exchanges. This is just the one I use and I'll teach under just because you know how good it is. Cool, cool. Made it. Love it. So next we're going to go over funding your account. I'm going to try to go through all this in just one breath because we want to get to the most important part, which is the strategy. I know we all want it. So first and foremost, you're going to click on this wallet, top right hand. You're going to click deposit. Now you have to have USDT on another software, whether that be crypto.com, whether that be Coinbase, wherever you have it, buy USDT somewhere else, not on here, buy it somewhere else. And then you're going to click the button that says deposit. Okay. So once you click deposit, it's going to pull you up to this screen right here. You're going to click USDT. You're going to click the right network, which is Ethereum. Always do Ethereum because that's like Coinbase's #1 thing. They have it auto selected. And then you're going to copy the code that pops up for you and you're going to send your crypto into this wallet. Okay. Once it receives into this wallet, it's going to be in your futures account. And that is correct. That is exactly where you want it. Okay. Now we're going to go over to placing a trade. So you're going to see this bar side on the right-hand side, and this is going to be where all your information's at. We're going to start at the top, move our way down. So at the very top here, you're going to see 20x. This is going to be your leverage. You can select any number for this. You obviously don't want to go too high. You know, start at a smaller amount. That is going to be your leverage, though. That is how much you're leveraging on this software. Then you're going to come down, and you're either going to be opening or closing a position. Just have it on open here. You can select what order you want, limit order, market order. Just do market order for beginners. Keep it basic, keep it simple. And then you're going to see your available. Your available is how much you have in that account at that time, okay? So anytime you see available, this is how much cash you actually have in your account. And then you're going to come down to here, and you're going to see this huge bar right here with 0% all the way to 100%. Now, if you do 50%, this is not just 50% of your available. It's 50% of your available times your leverage, which is called your overall buying power, okay? So this chart right here is all based on your overall buying power as a whole, not just your available. So in order to find what your overall buying power is, you always take your available times whatever number you have selected right here, which is called your leverage, and that is your overall buying power. Okay, so then you're going to drag this to how much you want to buy in with, and you're going to click open long. Okay, once you click open long, you'll see that right up here on the very top of the screen is your order. You can drag your stop loss from right here, set your stop loss. And then let's say this trade starts pumping. It's going your way. It's looking good. You're up nicely. You want to take 50% because you don't want to sell all out. You want to leave some runners. You're going to scroll down below the chart and you're going to see these 3 steps right here. So this right here is going to be what price you want to get filled at. So let's say we get in at $2 and we want to sell at $4. You're going to type in $4 in this line right here, right where you see 2,760. So this is where you're going to want to type in the order you want to get filled at. Then you're going to hit quantity, click on it. It's going to pop up 25, 50, 75, 100, you can click the 50%, and then you're going to hit close. And what that is saying is once the price gets to that number that you typed in right here, it's going to close 50% of your position. So it's going to close a portion of your position. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Okay. So that's exactly how you're going to do taking profits. Now, before we move on to the 3-step strategy, does anybody have a question for me about setting up your software, how to use your software, funding it, all of that good stuff before we move on so that we can all just wipe our hands clean and learn this 3-step strategy? I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to throw it in the chat. If you guys have nothing, just put I'm ready. Like, then we can move on. Okay. I'm trying not to leave anyone behind here. I want to make sure we're all moving properly through this. Yes, this is going to be recorded, and I'll chop it up for YouTube. So I'll, cut out a lot of the bull crap of me just waiting around for you guys' questions. Cool. Okay, everyone's ready. So the 3-step strategy we're going to be going over today, this is the overall as a whole. Okay, spotting the shift is number 1. Number 2 is going to be marking the zones. And then number 3 is going to be your snapback entry. Okay, now spotting the shift, we're going to be going over your change of characters. We're going to be going over your trend breaks. But in order to know what those are, you have to know even further down the basics of what is a trend, what makes a trend, and how to draw a trend. Okay, so we're going to go over that first in spotting the shift, and then we're going to move over to marking the zones, which we are going to be introducing to you guys what is a fair value gap and how to spot them, how to draw them. And then we're also going to go over to Fibonacci, how to draw your Fibonacci, where you draw the Fibonacci from to use it to your advantage. Once we have all of that, we're going to move over to the snapback entry. Where are we putting our order? Where are we entering? And then where are we putting our stop loss and where are we putting our TPs? Because that's everybody's question. We might know the strategy, but how do I know where to enter? And again, it's going to be as mechanical as possible. So that's why you're going to want to wait until the very end, because I'll also have a special gift for everybody that makes it to the very end. Okay, because your time's just as valuable as my time here. So I want to definitely benefit you guys for staying till the very end. So without further ado, I say we jump into the 3-step strategy. And one thing I do want to add in here, this strategy helped me turn $500 to over $30,000 in just 3 weeks. It's not BS. I have tons of proof within our Discord of doing it. I know a lot of the people in here that have watched me trade this strategy live have witnessed it because they were all done live. All these trades were done live, and it's been absolutely killer. Okay, so number 1, spot the shift. Okay, in order to do that, we have to understand what trends are. Okay, there's always 3 ways the market can move. It can move up, it can move sideways, it can move down. Okay, very basic, very to the point. There's nothing more than just these 3 things. How do we know if we are in an uptrend, if we're in a range, or if we're in a downtrend? So an uptrend, you're always going to get higher highs right here. So you have this high right here is higher than the previous high. Same thing right here. And then also you're going to get lower highs, which means this low right here is higher than this low. And then this low right here is higher than this low. So right there, you can see we are stair stepping up. Okay, think of it as like a stair. We're stair stepping up right here and keep stair stepping up. We are in an uptrend. Okay, and then how do you know we're in a range? Well, a range is just a sideways market. Okay, you can draw a line at the very bottom, at the very top, and it's just going to zigzag in this range. It's not going up, it's not going down. We are literally just moving sideways like a barcode. And then how do you know you're in a downtrend is going to be the opposite of an uptrend. You're going to see lower highs constantly stair stepping down, and then you're also going to see lower lows stair stepping down. Okay, so this is the basic of a trend. You have 3 ways the market can move. We can move on. Okay, now what is a trend? Okay, we know we're in an uptrend because we're getting higher highs and higher lows, but how do you draw a trend? Well, you're going to draw a trend that has the most touch points without the price breaking through it. The wicks can break through it, but not the bodies of the candles. So you're going to draw it from the very lowest point on your chart, and you're going to drag it to the second lowest point of your chart, and then have that line extend, showing price is respecting this level more than just 2 times. Okay, you want to see this trend line be respected more than 2 times, because the more the trend line is respected, as soon as we break that trend line, the faster the snapback is going to occur, and you're going to catch the whole next part of the trend, and that is where we make our money. Okay, so we can see we're in an uptrend here, A trend break is pretty much just like it sounds, okay? So you can see it's respecting it on its way up, and then we finally failed to respect it, breaking through it, okay? And you want to see it snap through it, okay? That's how you know that this trend was valid. We snapped through it, breaking that trend like a stick, and we are going to be either doing two things. We're grabbing lower liquidity and going to keep going up on an uptrend, or it's going to be the second option, which we hope it is we're going to be creating a new trend. So it's going to be an uptrend, and then we might be creating a new trend, either a sideways trend or a downtrend is what we kind of want to see. So now that we know exactly what that is, we're going to go over what a change of character is, because this is very important for the strategy. So if you guys have notes, make sure you guys are taking this down, because if you guys can understand step by step what I'm teaching you, you guys are going to be able to put it all together at the very end. So what we are going to do is, you can see we're in an uptrend. Each one of these lows doesn't get passed up, okay? It's higher up. It's higher up. So as soon as the most recent low gets broken and a candle has to close below it, it can wick below it and then close up here. That's not a change of character. The candle has to actually close below this most recent low, and that is going to be a change of character. And what that is telling us, again, is one of two things. We're either looking to set up a new structure, new trend, either a downtrend or a sideways market, or it's grabbing the liquidity that was hiding in here, and we're going to continue on our same trend. So this is a very key spot to look for and pair with what I'm going to teach you next, because this is going to be a key to a possible whole new structure, which we're going to try to ride all the way down after we get this uptrend. So that is what a change of structure or change of character is. Does anybody need help understanding a trend or change of character before I move forward? Anybody? Just so I don't leave you guys too far behind without your questions. But a change of character has to close below the most recent low. So I'll get to timelines here in a little bit, but a change of character works on all time frames. We're going to be trading this strategy on the 1 minute, though. I can tell you that for right now. This is going to be on the 1 minute time frame. But a change of character works on all time frames. It's pretty much just showing any time frame where that break happens, where that change of character is, and you can start to see it on all time frames. But we trade this strategy on the 1 minute specifically. Step number 2. Okay, we're moving quick through this so that I can get to breaking down live examples so you guys can kind of see this in action as fast as you can. But any questions on spotting the shift before I move on? Anything from you guys? If not, just come in and say you're ready, and I can keep moving forward. Ready? All right, thanks, MJ. Anyone else? Anyone else? Questions? All right, perfect. We're ready to move on to marking the zone, which is going to be figuring out what is a fair value gap, how to draw one, how to spot one, and then also what is the Fibonacci, where to draw it from. And this is going to be a very key part, because now we understand how to spot the shift. We're going to be moving on to now marking out the zones that we need to be looking for, because this is probably one of the most important parts. So to start, we're going to be using the Fibonacci. So you're going to draw the Fibonacci from the swing low to the swing high, or the swing high to the swing low, depending on what you're doing. But for this example, we are in an uptrend. You can see we're in an uptrend. We all know what this is now. We should all know what it is. We're all in an uptrend. What happens when we get this break right here? What happens? What happens? Throw it in the chat. What happens whenever we break this low right here? We get a candle to close below it. What is it called? We just went over it. Come on. What is it called? Someone's got to throw it in the chat. I'm not saying it. Yes. Change of character. CHOCH. Change of character. So as soon as this breaks here, we get our change of character. So what we do after we get that change of character, we also get that trend line break, because if you see we are in an uptrend, we're getting the change of character. We're getting the snap through that trend line. Now we see this large move after we break. We're going to draw our Fibonacci once we start to see it bouncing back up from the swing high to the swing low. And it's going to give you these 3 settings right here. If you guys don't have these settings, all you have to do is turn everything else off and just have 0, 0.5, and 1. You want these 3 lines, because what this is showing us is where is price at a discount? Because listen, we don't want to be shorting all the way down here because that's showing price isn't at a premium. It's actually opposite. If you're shorting, you want price to be in a premium. If you're longing, you want price to be in a discount. So we want price to be at a premium because we want the best possible order filled to have the most amount of profit. So what you're going to be looking for is this 50% level. You're going to be looking for price to return past this 50% level. Okay. This 50% level and up is going to be at a premium. This is where we want to be selling. And then if we're longing, and I'll show you a long setup after this, you want to be looking for the discounted price for longs. But since we're shorting, we just broke this uptrend. We just got our change of character. We're looking for this to bounce back up for in the premium zone to take a short out of. So now that we have exactly our Fibonacci drawn, again, from right here where this red circle is to this red circle down here, it's given us the 0.5, okay? So now that we have our 0.5, we have to move on to learning what a fair value gap is because this is the next step. So a fair value gap is always a partnership of 3 candles, no more, no less, okay? It's going to be 3 candles just like this, and a fair value gap is the difference between the 2 outside candles. So if you see it's from this wick right here, from the first candle's wick, all the way to the bottom of this third wick, and this is a gap right here showing that if this is a bullish fair value gap, it's showing there's more buyers in this area than sellers. It's showing there's a heavy imbalance, okay? Think of it as like a scale. The scale is heavy on the buy side, showing that there were no sellers even in this area or remotely close, so that if price returns to this area, we can count on there being more buyers in this area than sellers looking for a reaction out of it, okay? Now, on the bull side, or on the bearish side, it's the exact same thing, just opposite. You're going to take the bottom of the first candle and then the top of the third candle, wick, not the candle, the wicks of those candles, and it's going to take the difference in here. This is going to be the fair value gap, showing that there's more sellers on this side now than buyers, okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Because I want to make sure you guys understand what a fair value gap is and exactly how to see it. I thought this was the easiest way to kind of show it. Do you guys have any questions about what a fair value gap is? What's your question? What part do you want me to say again? The whole thing? I could run it over. So a fair value gap is a partnership of 3 candles. It's always 3. It's not 4. It's not 5. It is always 3 candles. And the fair value gap is going to be the gap where there's an imbalance of orders. And where you spot this is the difference between the 2 outside candles wick. So it's the gap right here. And the easiest way to think about this is if you look on this first candle, price never reached this area. We fly through this area. Price tries to come back down and instantly gets soaked up, showing that there's a gap between these 2 wicks. This one right here and this wick right here. So this gap right here is going to be the fair value gap. Okay. Yeah. So it does make sense. Cool. And then for the bearish side, the same exact thing. 3 candles. It's the gap between the 2 wicks right here, which is your fair value gap, showing that there is an imbalance of order. And that's so important to understand, that there is an imbalance of order. Now, this doesn't mean every fair value gap needs to be filled. That doesn't happen, nor will it ever happen that every fair value gap gets filled. So you can't just be banking on perfectly trading every single fair value gap. This is just one of the confluences we're going to be looking for. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, what happens if there's more than one fair value gap? Well, that's exactly why we had our fib levels drawn. Exactly why we had our fib levels drawn, because the fib level shows exactly what fair value gap we should be trading. Okay. Now you'll see once we get this change of character and we get this trend line break, there might be multiple fair value gaps all the way down this move, because you're seeing large displacement, large candles moving down after breaking that. Okay. Yes, I'll show it on the 1 minute chart at the very end here in just a little bit. Yeah, it's probably happening on Solana. Like this happens all the time. So you're going to get this break. There's going to be lots of fair value gaps that produce itself here. Okay. But the way that we find the right fair value gap to trade has to be at or above this 50% level for shorts, and then at or below this level for longs. Okay. So since we're looking for shorts, since we just broke this level and we're going to try to ride this next trade to the downside, it needs to be at this 50% level or above. So it's any of the fair value gaps at this 50% level or above. I can't say that enough. If the fair value gap is under this 0.5 level, we are not trading it. We do not want to touch it. Okay. We want to see so much displacement breaking this trend line and getting that change of character that we have a fair value gap above this 0.5 level or at it. Does that make sense to everybody? That's why the fib is so important with the fair value gap, with the trend break, and with the change of character. Okay, so this is how we spot it, and not everyone will set up, so that's why you have to just watch for it. Now that we know that we have all these confluences aligning, we get our trend break, we get our change of character, we fib the move, we draw the fair value gap at or above the 50% level of the fib, and we get our fair value gap right here. So that leaves us to the very last step. And then we get to jump into actual live trades of seeing how this plays out, okay? Which is going to be the snapback entry. You're going to enter one tick inside the midpoint of the fair value gap, placing your stop just outside the fair value gap's wick or the most recent key level, okay? So those are where your stop loss is going to be. Now, this is exactly how it's going to look on the charts, okay? So you see this 50% dotted line in the fair value gap. So that's showing the 50% level of your fair value gap, because we know this fair value gap is already 50% of the whole Fibonacci move. So now we're going to put it just a couple ticks below that 50% level right there. Our stop loss is going to be outside of this fair value gap, showing that when price returns to this area, what did I say? There's more heavy orders in this area, saying that there's more sellers than buyers in this area. So what we're looking for price to do is go up and fill this order, fill all this imbalance, and then continue on a new trend to the downside. Okay. No, you're all good. You can watch the recording for sure. I'll be sending this out in a little bit. For sure. Sorry, I was just going through all the questions. But does that make sense to everybody? It's not that difficult or not that hard to understand. And yes, I am going to be using the 1 minute chart for this. So literally, let me just break it down for you again here so we all understand. This is setting up to be a short. We are in an uptrend, big uptrend. We get to break through the trend. We get to break and we get the change of character with displacement. Okay, you want to see displacement through those levels as well, creating fair value gaps on its way down, multiple fair value gaps. Then we look for price to return after we fib from the swing high to the swing low. It's going to give us our 50% level. You're going to draw the fair value gap at or above this level, and you're going to wait for price to come back up and tap into it. Okay, so then here's the snapback entry. Does this make sense so far? Hopefully this is clicking for you guys, because literally do not overcomplicate it. Just stay with me for a little bit. Stay with me. So you're going to get your snapback entry. Okay, we put our order right here, a couple ticks below the 50% level of the fair value gap. Stop loss is above, and this is exactly what we're looking for price to do. Snap back into it, fill our order, and then continue on its downtrend. Because if you remember, when we're in an uptrend like this, and we get a break of the trend line and a change of character, that's telling us one of two things. We're either going to continue on a new trend, which would be a downtrend or a range, or it's grabbing liquidity and going to just continue on through. So that's why we have a couple other indicators that help share when we're more likely to have a reversal or not. Okay, so yes, you can do a limit order or you can do a market order. Most recently, I've been using a market order to read price at this level. So I'll wait for price to get up to this level. Once we hit this 50% level or just short of it, I throw a market order in, get filled, and then look to ride that all the way back down. Okay, so most important part, I want to just run through this again. Now your entry is going to be just below the 50% level of this fair value gap. Stop loss is going to be outside the wick of the fair value gap producing candle, not the body. It's going to be outside the wick, and I'll show you a couple of examples here in just a little bit. And then your TP, first and foremost, as soon as we sweep this most recent low here and get a candle to close below this low, you're going to move your stop to break even. So your stop, you're eliminating all risk on this trade once we close below this low. Because what is that telling us? That's telling us that the market should continue down on a downtrend, because we got that break, came up, and now we close below this low. What is that showing us? We're entering a downtrend, because this high right here is lower than this high. And then this low that it's going to create is lower than this low. So that's showing that we are now entering a downtrend. So you want to eliminate risk in case we get a sweep back up and fill that, because obviously you can never fully predict the market 100%. So we want to take risk off the table as fast as possible so that you're a risk-free trade, sweat-free. You're not going to be sweating through your t-shirts. Palms won't be sweaty. You're like, I'm chilling. What's the worst case? I stop out at break even, or I make a couple grand on this trade. Best feeling in the world. Trust me, you'll be there. So this would be just a short in crypto. So there's no like calls or puts like options. You're just shorting it, shorting or longing. Those are your two options. So now we're going to go over this trend now to the upside, because now we understand what a short looks like. Let's play this out for a long. So if we look right here, step one, change of character, trend break. Okay. So we see we're in a downtrend right here. We're getting lower highs and lower lows all the way down. We can see we're riding this trend down. If we drew a line right here, it'd be perfect. Boom. We see we break the trend line that we have drawn here, or not drawn, but we would have drawn here. And then we also see we get a close above this most recent lower high, showing that that is a change of character with large imbalance. We can see this move is largely imbalanced compared to these uptrends right here. Okay. So boom, check mark. Step one, done. Step two, we're going to draw our Fibonacci levels to find exactly where that 50% level is, to know where we can draw our fair value gap. Okay. So you're going to have the 0, the 0.5, and the 1 to show exactly where I want. And now, again, if you remember, we want that fair value gap to be at or below now, because we're longing. We're looking for price to be at a discount. So now we're looking at the 50% level or lower since we're longing. Boom. We have this fair value gap right here. So that means if there's fair value gaps anywhere through here, we're going to take the one at the 50% level or the next one lower. Okay. So boom, check mark. We got those two steps off the table. What's the last step? Snapback entry. We're looking for this thing to snap back to our entry, fill us, and continue on its new market structure. Okay. So we're going to put it at the 50% level right here. Our stop loss is going to be just outside that bottom wick of the fair value gap producing candle. And then boom, that's what we want to see. We want to see that reaction out of there. What's the worst case? Boom, we chop around in here, chop around, we get stopped out, or sometimes you'll see it break this right here. We'll move our stops to break even, and then it breaks it, and then we kind of chop around, and then we continue on and fill our stops at break even. Not a bad trade. Break even is what it is. But you can ask everyone in our that joins our daily lives, everyone that's a student in here, we get at least 1 to 2 of these per day. I mean, we get A plus 1 to 2 per day. So if you just really stay focused and wait for these mechanical setups throughout the day, you're going to be able to grow your account so fast. Now, the one thing I do want to share with you guys, because a strategy is just a little part of it, is you have to listen to your roles every single time, because as soon as you start straying away from your roles, that's where your mindset comes in. You're going to start making the wrong mistakes. You're going to be throwing around orders, loss after loss, because you are not following the rules step by step. And then another thing I like to do is always adjust your position sizing depending on how much you're risking here. Okay. Now, we see exactly this strategy in just lines so far. We haven't looked at it on an actual chart. What questions do you guys have about the 3 steps before I move on? I want to make sure we understand this in the simple term before we move on to a crowded chart, seeing all that, and then we walk through those steps again. What questions do we have? Is there anything you guys aren't understanding about this so far? Yes. Yep. I have a PDF kind of breaking down exactly the steps I want to see and everything. So I could send that over to everybody in here as well at the end. Cool. Any other questions, guys? I know your mind's probably spinning right now, and that's okay. Just don't overcomplicate it. Yes, stop loss is sell. Yep. So your stop loss is going to be where you're stopping out. Your profit, TP, is you're taking profit. You're looking to take profit up in this range here. Stop loss is like limiting your risk. Okay. You're just mitigating your loss. So that saying, if it breaks through this fair value gap, it's going to stop you out for a loss. So you do want to buy low and sell high, but this is saying this is the maximum amount that you're going to risk in order to make all the money that you could make if it gets up to here. Does that make sense? Ooh, 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 ooh. Just a little bit. Does anyone have any questions? Yes. Yep. It's not options. This is crypto futures. Absolutely, Renz. That's that's what I told you, bro. I'm just trying to like plant that seed tonight because you don't need to overcomplicate trading. Make it as mechanical as possible, and you will be successful. Okay. Take out the thinking. Just follow your rules step by step. I have a checklist also that when I was first learning this strategy, I would have right here, and I would have to check every single one of them off before I even took a trade. Because then that helps you really just take all the thinking out and you're just looking for it to check off the list. Okay. There's no tilting the head like, this kind of looks good. I think I'm going to take it. No, if it doesn't check it off, you're not taking that trade. Yeah, it's very easy. Like you can check all of them off as you go. I do have a Discord. We trade live every day for free. Trust me, like I said, Lando's in here. I know Drake's in here. Like those boys trade with me every day live. They crush it today. Or no, that was yesterday that they absolutely crushed it. I always put the stop loss just outside the fair value gap producing candle. So it'll make sense probably when I show you this. I'll show you how you can get access for free at the end of this. That's my little surprise, okay? All right, you blew it, bro. All right. But no, I'll give you guys access for free at the end of this class. But I'm going to break it down on a live example here. So if you see right here, it might look a little messy for you guys newbies. You know, you're going to be like, wow, this freaking thing looks crowded. But just go back to the line charts. Think of the line charts as a whole. How do we know we're in an uptrend? Higher highs right here. You can see we're stair-stepping up each of these highs. The lows, same thing. We're stair-stepping up. We see this blue line as our trend line. That is our friend, okay? It is following this trend line all the way up until what happens? Boom. You see this snap through? This snap through is a heck of a lot harder than right here or anything down through here. We get this snap through the trend line, which also is a change of character because we close below this low right here. You can see the words right there, change of character, okay? So we get our change of character. Boom. What's the next step? You draw your fib right there. You can see the fib. It gives you the three levels, 0, 0.5, which is 50%, and then 1. Okay? So you see the fib level. What's next? We're looking for a short, so we want to see it at this 50% level or higher. Well, then what do we have right here? You see this fair value gap producing candle? You see that? It's a partnership of 3 candles. So you have 1 candle, 2 candles, and then 3 candles. So we're going to take the middle between the 2 wicks right there, which you see my box right here, this huge blue box. And you see the dotted line, which is representing our 50% level of that fair value gap. And then what do we look for? Price to snap back into this level right here. And you can see our order would be sitting just below this dotted line, this 50% level. And our stops, again, if you guys remember, is going to be just above the fair value gap producing wick. So you see our fair value gap right here. You're going to go to the very top of this candle and its wick. Right there is going to be our stop loss. So you can see, I mean, this pretty much wicked us in and we just rode this thing all the way down. I mean, look at that dump after that. Beautiful trade. This was over a 1 to 12 risk to reward, guys, which is absolutely crazy. And you can catch moves like this. This is just the whole goal is you see this uptrend. We're trying to catch this whole next move down, creating a downtrend, okay? So what you're waiting for is this displacement, and you can see there's multiple fair value gaps here, but to find the one that we want to trade, we use the Fibonacci retracement levels. Boom, right there. Price taps it, flushes, okay? Now, obviously, not all of them are 100% beautiful like this one, but you do catch this more times than what you think. All right, another example here. Whoop, I got to zoom out. Another example. This is going to be a long trade here, okay? Moves like this, yeah, absolutely. Moves like this happen daily. I haven't tried it. Now, one thing I am curious is futures, like ES. I know it works with stuff like that, but there's certain indicators that you'll see that I use that I really use for crypto, and this is where I found the most success at. But here you go. We're in a downtrend, right? We see this downtrend. We see it rejecting off of this all the way down. We're getting lower highs. We're getting lower lows all the way down, and then boom. Look at this displacement move breaking it. You see how much displacement that is? Now, if you look, there's 3 fair value gaps. We have one right here. We have one right here. And then we have one right here. So how do we know which one we want to trade? Well, that's where the Fibonacci comes in play. You're going to drop from the swing low right here to the swing high, and that's going to give you the 50% level right here. So you're going to draw your fair value gap, which is this blue box right here. Do we see that? This whole blue box. We can see the 50% level literally is like perfect with the 50% level on the fib. So what are we doing here? We are going to be putting our order right here. And you can see we are red on this trade for a little bit before it totally just broke out of this, okay? So this is where I was saying is a couple ticks outside of the fair value gap producing candle or key levels. So we can see here, this is a key level right here. So that was why I was risking the low of right here. So we tickled the stop loss right here before we absolutely just took off because we held this fair value gap the whole entire time. Not a single candle closed outside of this fair value gap, showing that we were respecting it, filling all the imbalance of orders here and taking off to the upside, okay? So we're going to go to another example because why not? I have thousands of these examples all in a folder, so why not share as many as we can, okay? This is where I'm hoping it's starting to just click a little bit. If it's not, totally okay. Everyone learns at a different pace. But as you can see here, we're in an uptrend, okay? We are in a heavy uptrend, getting multiple touch points through here. And then you see we get that snap through there, which is breaking the trend line and getting our change of character because we closed below this low right here. This low right here, we get to close below it. We get our change of character right there, okay? Then what we do is we draw our fib from the top here to the bottom of here. That's going to give us our 50% level. You can't see it here, but I know I drew it. And that is going to be giving us this fair value gap. And what's even better, this is A+. This is as A+ as it gets, okay? What makes it even better is as we get this breakthrough, you're entering in the 50% level of this fair value gap right here because you can see it's a partnership of 3 candles always. Right here, the difference between these wicks. But what makes this trade absolutely beautiful that I would kiss it any day is we're also getting the retest of this trend line. Because you see this trend line right here? We get to break, we come up and we're retesting the trend line, the bottom of this trend line, which happens to also be the fair value gap producing candle that changed structure or changed character and broke the trend line all in one on that one large displacement candle. And then we come up, tag into it, and then we absolutely flush. Okay? I mean, like that, this setup was beautiful. I took this with as much size as I could possibly do. Full account, full leverage, because I understood the power of this trade. Now, if this didn't work out, guess what? My stop loss is above the break of this trend line. So as we broke above this trend line, I would have put my stop loss probably right here. So I was risking the break of this trend line. If I got stopped out, oh, well, we have another trade. There's more opportunities, okay? So you just move on. You document the trade and you move on. So, yes, this is the 1 minute time frame. 1 minute, which means every single one of these candles represents 1 minute if you guys are new to trading. So the number of the time frame is all dependent on how much time equals one of these candles. So the 1 minute, each one of these candles represents a minute. And then if it was a 3 minute, each one of these candles would represent 3 minutes of time. But this is 1 minute. Okay. I just threw a heck of a lot at you guys. Okay. And I'm not expecting you guys to understand 100% of it. I just want you guys to understand most of it, okay? I'm throwing a lot at you because I want to teach you guys as much as I can in this hour. That is why I did what I did. So 1 minute. Leverage is totally up to you. I personally use, I think it's like 50 or 60x leverage on my small accounts. Yep, exactly what JD said. But this is all going to be on the 1 minute time frame, okay? Now, to the last part. Look at all these profits, guys. Like I could talk how much this has helped me, but what speaks more than my profits is seeing all of our students' profits, okay? Now this, I could only fit so much on the screen so that you guys could still read them. But literally, there are so many wins of people using this exact same strategy, just like you guys sitting in that chair wanting to learn this for the first time. It's possible, okay? All I want to do with this picture right here is to show you it's possible. Thousands of students have used this and have built with it. So why not you, okay? Now, there's 2 paths you can go here. This is one of my favorite things to say, and to everybody I talk to. You choose. You are the one that chooses what happens next. Okay. So you have two paths here. You could choose the path less traveled, which is going to be learning the steps that I took. That is going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. I'm not going to promise all these fake results just to get you to sign up. That's never going to happen. This isn't a millionaire overnight. It's going to take hard work and grit and determination to actually make it in trading. Okay. It's never going to be as easy as people make it seem. You're going to have to ask questions, get coached, grow faster with guidance, build confidence the right way, slow, steady, unshakable. It's not going to be fast. We're not going to be building a skyscraper in one day. We're going to start brick by brick and slowly work your way up. Most people chase fake results and burn out. Is that going to be you? Or are you here to win the long game? Okay, buy your time back. And then you can go over to this other side, and this is the sides you could pick from. You can go over to keep doing what you're doing. A year passes and you're still thinking, man, I sat in this dude named Noah's class. It was good. I just didn't act on it. I kind of just stayed in the same spot. I tried to trade on my own. I kept paying the markets, all that crap. You've watched 100 videos, but you haven't really made a real step. You keep waiting for the perfect setup. You keep waiting. You follow people with Lambos, no real trades, because you're like, I want that Lambo. I want fast results. Like all this crap. Like that's the difference, okay? So how many more years are you going to be wasting chasing a someday or chasing someone else's Lambo that they bought with core sales, knowing that they can't really teach you how to trade? Like trading takes a heck of a lot more than that. So I'm going to come to you right here, end of this. I planted a seed tonight on purpose. Okay. I want to see where that seed takes off and grows. I'd love to help you grow that seed as much as I can. Okay. So you guys can either sit and keep doing what you're doing. You joined a free crypto class. You learned a lot. You're going to keep doing what you're doing, paying the market loss after loss. Or you could join the road less traveled, which isn't going to be easy, but I can promise you it works. And I can promise you it with guaranteed results. Okay. It's going to be a 6-week private one-on-one education, 4 sessions per week, personalized onboarding, and full system setup. You get to watch me trade every single live every morning. Like, how good is that? Okay. I share screen, show you what I'm breaking down. I teach through it. And if you guys in here are already a part of this and watch me trade live, please throw in the chat of how much of value that holds, because I can talk all I want, but the students can talk a heck of a lot more because they're the ones that are actually, going through it. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to drop a link. And for everybody that books a call tonight, you don't have to book it for tonight. All you have to do is schedule your call tonight. You guys are going to get, I forget what it is, Jimmy. Do you remember what it is? It's a certain amount off for our one-on-one education. But I'm going to throw it in the chat here for you guys. For everybody that books call with myself, I'm going to be on this call too. Okay. You're either going to get me or you're going to get Jimmy, which is JD Trades in the chat here. He's been typing. He's another one of our crypto educators. It's me and Jimmy that run the show here on the crypto side. We're the ones trading live every day, educating you guys every day, posting YouTube videos every day, teaching you guys as much content as we can for free. Okay. Let me invite him up here on stage. Jimmy, shoot, I got to find you through all these people. But while I'm doing that, everybody go book your call right now. You guys will get $500 off on the very next one, and then we'll go over how to get access. Crypto's open 24/7, bud. So you are good. Crypto's open 24/7, but we do go live from 9 to about 11 every single day. We have people that literally are at work listening to us trading at work. So everyone can do it. All right, Jimmy, I added you as a co-host if you want to turn your camera on and say hello to the people while they're booking their calls. I'm going to throw the calendar in there again for you guys to go book. Oh, it says right here, plus $500 off for the next 24 hours. So if you guys book your call tonight on the class, you guys get $500 off. Yeah, international. So like London timeframe opens. I think it's at 10. Those, there's sometimes good setups that happen then. Also Asia timeframe. So there's different timeframes that you can trade. New York opens definitely the best, but then it kind of trickles on down. So what this comes to, I think it's like $250 a month. So I'm not going to sit here and upcharge you guys out of the cazoodle because I can. I don't do that. Yeah, I can't hear you, JD, either. Can't even see you. Oh, you can see him talking? I can't even see him talking. Oh, I can't see him talking. I just can't hear you. Ha! Well, guys, that's Jimmy. He's our other crypto educator. I don't know why he can't talk, but that's your boy, Jimmy. Either him or myself would be on that call, taking you guys kind of through exactly if this is the best fit for you, number one. Because again, we don't want to bring you on if we can't teach you one-on-one and educate you, because that's kind of what we do. Comes down to, I think it's like $250 a month, something like that. I'll have to check with that $500 off. I think it's $250 or $260 a month. Something light, something light. All right, I'm gonna also. I wish you guys could hear the music because it's good. All right, you guys are missing out. For how many months? It would be, I forget. Jimmy would have to answer that for you. He knows a little bit more about that than I do. If his mic was on. And then I'm also going to send in a link to the Discord in here. Absolutely. Yeah, you can definitely use another platform. So I just threw a link into our Discord. Oh, the live trading tunes. Yeah, bro. I'm listening to the same thing while I'm educating y'all. So I just threw another link in here to the Discord. So you guys can all go join the free Discord. You guys can catch a lot of good stuff in there. That's how you guys can have contact to myself.
All right. Can we hear me?
Oh, we can hear Jimmy. We can hear your boys.
Are we
It's
live?
official. It is official.
There
That
we
is
go.
BJDE
All right.
Trades.
Well, now that everything's covered, what's up, boys? now that we already went over everything else. I know we got some members that joined the live trading in here. We got Chris, we got Lando. I don't know if any of the other mastermind students are in here, but they can speak for themselves.
Absolutely. I think a lot of it. Go ahead.
Can we get some W's in the chat? Noah crushed this. He gave you literally
Appreciate you,
step by step exactly how we trade day by day. It's all done live. Link for the trading platform.
It's in the Discord.
Okay, perfect. I don't know if you threw that in here. I'll throw the Discord link in here one more time.
Yeah, you throw the Discord link in there after we get all them W's. Thank you guys.
Yep.
I really appreciate it.
Orvix, Crispy, Lando. Got a bunch of students in here right now. Yeah, once we get the dubs flowed through, we'll send that link in.
I threw the link to your booking call just so that it doesn't get lost in there. I'll keep adding it in there. Make sure you guys go book your call to get that $500 off, because there's nothing more in this world than like I want to teach you guys. Okay, I try to show you as much value as I can in 1 hour. Just imagine what we could do meeting 4 times a week for 6 weeks straight. I can guarantee you guys are going to be profitable by the end of that. If not, you get a full refund. That's how we do things here.
It's also money back guarantee. Did you show them where everything is in the Discord, like hashtag Bitunix, all that? I have it pulled up if you need.
I could show them.
Cool. Yeah. All you guys want to do, I'm going to throw the link for the Discord in for everybody. Literally all you're going to do is go in. You're going to look under the software support tab. There's somewhere called hashtag Bitunix and hashtag Hammer. If you're here for crypto, which obviously we all are, you're going to go under hashtag Bitunix. The first link is the link to sign up. The second link is a video that Noah took his time to put together, how to fund it. It's basically a more in-depth walkthrough like he covered today. How to fund it, how to set it up, how to use the platforms, what button does what. And then, yeah, it's all covered there.
Yeah, you pretty much covered it all. So this is where you're going to go to sign up for your Bitunix account.
We can't see it, brother.
Video.
We can't see it. We can't see it.
Oh, what?
It's sharing.
Bro, that whole time you were breaking it down, I was literally showing them where it's at in the Discord.
Oh, no. Show it.
All right. So right here's the Discord that you're going to join.
Perfect.
You're going to come down to the Bitunix channel, bottom left here. You're going to click on it. This top link is where you're going to go to sign up for your account. And then the second link is going to be a video. The best software for longing and shorting crypto is Bitunix. This is going to be the video you're going to watch. Any issues, we also have our own Bitunix rep in here. So if you have any issues, you can always DM him. And then one thing, if you guys join the Discord, please be aware of there's a lot of fakes out there that try to impersonate me, Jimmy, our Bitunix rep, Jason, Pete, a lot of our head traders in here. So just make sure you guys come up to the right here. And if we aren't in the owners tab or the PC advisors tab or moderators tab, do not DM us or do not, like, we will never ask you for money in DMs. We'll never be like, I'm running a whole crypto project. Like, send me crypto and I'll trade for you. Won't happen. All right. It's a scam. So as long as you guys join this, just please watch out for that. I do not want one of you guys texting me that you guys fell for one of the scams, because I hate it, bro. And nothing makes me more mad of people in my server trying to scam people that are trying to learn from me. So please be aware of that. But again, you're going to go to the Bitunix tab right here under software support. And you are going to go sign up for the software right there. Here's a video of how to use it, how to set it up, how to fund it, all that good stuff. And then what you're going to get also in the VIP is all the crypto. So crypto announcements we have, crypto chats we also have. You can see a lot of stuff in here. Oh, Richard Mill. Us just kind of hanging out, having a good time. And then you're also going to see me calling out stuff in here. When I see things setting up, when I see things I like, I'm going to be throwing them in here, and I'm going to be tagging you guys saying, hey, this is setting up. We're about to get that trend break. We're about to do this, and kind of throwing in my long-term account things in here. As you can see right here, breaking things down. And then Jimmy has his own channel as well of all of his signals and callouts that you guys will get access to. But other than that, guys, I am just beyond grateful that you guys took the time to join this class and be able to allow me to teach you, because in this world of trading, and as you guys know, there's a lot of gurus out there that try to sell you guys fake promises and false things. So I appreciate you guys for letting me be able to teach that and plant that seed in your brains to hopefully letting me help you develop that as well and building off of it. The whole point of this class, and I said it from the very beginning, was to develop and start with planting that seed. And then now we have to water that seed in order for it to grow and for you to make profits. Again, this is the exact strategy. After I mastered it, I turned $500 to $30,000 in 3 weeks with this exact same strategy. And that's what we want to cover with you in that 6-week boot camp. We want you guys to be able to do the exact same thing as that. Okay. If you don't make profits in my 6-week boot camp, that means I failed as an educator. You shouldn't have to pay a single cent. So that's why we have a money back guarantee. So all you have to do, click that link down below, book your call. You can hear us out. We get to hear you out, see exactly where you're at in your walk of trading, see if this is something that is best for you. If it's not, we're going to set you up on another plan. Okay. We're not sitting here just, fiending for certain things. We're going to walk you through and figure out the best plan of action for you as yourself. So if the 6-week boot camp's not it, so what? We'll figure out something else for you. Okay.
Exactly.
Does that make sense to everybody?
That was the best way to put it. Is it's not a sales call. It's where can we go moving forward? Because everybody starts from a different foundation, a different background, a different environment. It's just about how can we get you to your goals the quickest way possible and what is going to work for you and based on where you're at. And I think Christian was in here, or Crispy Trades, he's in here. I know Orbix was in some of the calls, Lando. We got some of the members in here who saw Noah turn this 500 to 30K. Every single trade was taken live. Yeah. I mean, maybe one of them was taken in his personal time. Other than that, every trade was on live stream.
Absolutely. So next step for you is, you said you are going to be downloading Discord. Perfect. You're going to want to join the link that we sent in here. If not, I'm going to be sending you guys all an email later tonight. I'm going to type one up. I have you guys all in a group. I will be sending you guys the invite to Discord and also a few other things to book your call. And so forth. Well, can you send the Discord in there again?
Yeah, I'll send that one more time. Someone said I couldn't get access to the app. Is that?
That's Discord, he's saying.
To the Discord you can't get access to? There's that Discord link again. I also pinned it too. If you just look at the top.
Yeah, you could pin it. I forgot about that. I'll
you should pin your. Yep.
Ooh.
It sent a code to my email, but all you got to do is, well,
Ooh.
no, did you also send the Discord to everybody's email?
I think he's saying Bitunix. Are you talking about the trading software, Discord, or booking a call?
Yeah.
One of them.
What's next? Should I use same email? Yeah, whatever emails, whatever factor authentications you guys have to go through. The reason we have these this wall here is because, like Noah said, there's a lot of scammers, and we don't want the scammers to just be able to join, send in, oh, free Steam Discord or gift cards, or I mean, whenever
Yeah,
somebody
it's a bunch
sends
of
a link in
bull
the
crap.
Discord and it's not one of us, don't click on it. If someone sends you a DM and it looks like a one of my account or one of Noah, Jason, Pete, one of the other educators, don't respond. We'll never DM you first. We'll never ask you for money over text. Nothing like that. So just
Yeah. So
be very
real
cautious.
quick, once you download Discord, and again, I'll send out another Discord to the email so you guys have it. Check your promotional or spam when I send it out. But I'll send it out. It's going to give you access to this. It's going to pull you up to here. You're going to see our announcements, all that good stuff. You can go through our testimonials. You got your Bitunix tab right here, and then you got our general chat right here. This is a free chat for crypto, stocks, anything. I will myself will be in there, so you can always tag me in there, and I will read your messages, reply. We have our winners chat. This is a good way to go through, see other students profiting, and then also go through our losers chat, see how many people are losing with this strategy. You know, you could put that together, see exactly. We got a cool little hangout, PC Fit, PC Mills, PC Whips, setups, all that good stuff. You got, the car I
Oh, don't
want,
tell him. Don't
possibly.
show him. Don't show him.
I got 3 thumbs down. Are you kidding me? That's
What? All right,
embarrassing.
wait.
Okay.
Oh.
That car's beautiful. I want to buy it. But beyond that,
Yeah,
you're going to get
Discord's for
access.
MacBook, iPhone, all that.
Yep. Everything. You can use Discord on any software out there. Cool, guys.
Hey, can we get a round of applause for the boy Noah? Crushed it tonight.
Thank you.
Crushed it.
I appreciate it.
There we go. We got the claps. There we go.
There we go.
Yes, sir. But yeah, you can use Discord on everything. Same thing with the trading software. They also have an awesome mobile app with all drag and drop entries, stop loss, take profit, all of it. So you don't have to take the
He
time
also
while
has
you're
a
at work.
call booked with us, so we can always walk you through it as well on that call.
Make sure all the setup, all the software set up.
Yes, sir. Call booked with Jason. Sweet.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to throw the link in here one more time for the rest of you 47. I don't know why you guys aren't going to be booking that call. If not, how else can I help you while I'm waiting for those people to book that call? How else can I help you here? Like, I don't mind hanging on here for another couple minutes. How will you review this video? As I will send a link out. Cool. Can't wait to talk with you guys that booked the call. Low-key, this is my favorite part, is getting to talk with you guys, actually one-on-one, figuring out where you're at, helping you guys, providing as much value. We can do Monday, Dana. If you do Monday, you don't have to book it for 24 hours out. As long as you book it, your call tonight, you'll qualify for that discount. The calendar I'm including in here is like we can see and apply that discount for you. Let me see. Is it not letting you book out? Yeah, Bitunix has been around for a while.
Thank you, Orvix. I got a one-on-one with the boy Orvix.
Absolutely.
Monday
here,
too.
Let me hold on. Let me see if I can adjust the times, because we are fully booked now. Like, a lot of you guys took the step, which is awesome. Let me add some more time in here so that you guys can also get some. I'm trying to give me a minute.
Yeah, I can't lie. It's been a little warm today after playing a few rounds of golf. So
You played some golf today?
I did play some golf today, but I got my Bitunix fan that I had out there on the golf course with me to keep me cool.
That's sick, bro. That is sick.
The Bitunix fan. Come on, boys.
Okay, right here.
Bryce Crypto? No, we're not a part of Bryce Crypto trading program. Just
I don't know.
Just profit chasers. We'll
I'm trying to
send
set it so
another
you guys
link.
can book out a little bit more because we're pretty much fully booked now. No, it's in here somewhere. I'm trying to find it. Okay, duration, availability. Okay, right here, 3 days out. I'll change it to 5 days out. That's the most I can do, 5 calendar days out. So now you guys should be able to go and book for early next week.
Jason's in here while he's running the stock mastermind.
No way, for real.
Jason's running the stock mastermind as well.
Cool. Okay, here's the link. I just added more dates since we filled up pretty quickly. You guys can go ahead and book that again for early next week if you guys need to.
And then just if you did book and you can't make it, or if it's a time that doesn't work for you, please just go in, cancel, state why. It's all good. Just go ahead and edit that on your calendar. That way we're not taking the time to show up if you're not. It's all good. Just make sure we go in and edit that.
Cool.
You can do it from your email.
Questions?
You can do it from your Google Calendar. You can do it from when you
For the
go
rest
to
of you
rebook.
41 people in here, what questions you guys have for me before we head off for the night? What other questions? I don't mind hanging in here just a little bit longer. You guys can expect the video recording probably within a couple of days. I'll send it to the editor, chop it up, do all that good stuff, and then we will send it out to you guys.
Bitcoin shot up today. Oh yeah, we made
Absolutely.
We did very well today.
Yeah, we did very, very well today. I want to see where it's at currently. Let me load it up here.
Yeah, let's see. I know we topped at 104 earlier. 104,000, which is unbelievable.
I don't really like any of these trend lines. It's not clean, other than maybe right there. Honestly, trend line I probably like better doing some live analysis. It's probably one like that.
Which Fibonacci? You can use Fibonacci. You can use Ganbox. You can even use the rectangle as long as
It's
you
easier
can
to
measure.
just use Fibonacci right here, and then
Show your settings.
click your settings right here.
Bam.
And then I just do 0, 0.5, and 1. I do use one color. I just make it green, make it easy. And then I just fade the background a little bit. And then it gives you those 3 lines. And then you could pretty much adjust like the lines like that. And then you could even fade the background a little bit more. I mean, you could mess with it pretty much however you want. You even make the lines black.
To answer your question, Michael, no, we don't just day trade on the 1 minute. Some people work full-time jobs and don't have the time availability to do so. We also swing trade from the higher time frame off of the 1 hour, the 4 hour. And then obviously we also just invest long-term. We're up about 51% in the past 30 days on our long-term investments.
Yeah, wasn't expecting to be that fast.
A small percent.
It happened quick.
We did.
I really don't see anything setting up here. If we look, it's just we're ranging. I want to see it pick a good trend, kind of like it did this one right here. You know, we're getting a good trend. We get that snap break. We get that retest right here, and then we can go short out of that one. Other than that, I really don't see much. I see another long possibility that happened, doing some live breakdown and analysis right here. If we see right here, we get that break, we get that retest, but I don't know if that retest was proper. So that retest was not bad. Whoops, I always hate that. So if we look, we get that break of the trend line, we get that change of character. We draw our fib from the swing low to the swing high. It gives us our 50% level. We're going to take our fair value gap at that 50% level. Wait for price to come back into it. We get that tap, and then we get that rocket out of it. all the way up to here. I would have been probably mostly out right here, and then it chops around. I would have set my rest at stop at break even, which probably would have grabbed it somewhere through here, probably below this fair value gap. That would have been the live trade breakdown for that one. Just to show you guys this thing works. It's crazy. Crazy how well this works. Honestly, you even have one kind of setting up here on Bitcoin if you wanted to really take a micro time frame here. Right there. And then you have your 50% levels, and then take it from this one. I don't like this one. It's just not strong enough for me, but you know, there you could have. I wouldn't have taken this one personally.
How can everybody get the PDF one more time?
Join the Discord. I'll throw it in the Discord to everybody. I'll throw it right in here. So if you go to the beginner chat, I'll throw it right in here. I'll add everyone and say, you know, here's the 3. There should be 3 PDFs. I have a risk management one. I have my day trading strategy one, and then I have my swing trading strategy. Pretty much a full breakdown with the PDF of all 3 of those. And I'll throw them all here in the beginner chat. Probably tonight. I'll throw them in there tonight so you guys can study up.
It literally walks you through step by step exactly what he covered today, just a little bit more in depth.
Yep, and then it gives you guys something to go back on. And then I'll also have this video posted pretty shortly, probably within the next couple of days.
I keep my little checklist of our steps for the day trading strategy right here on my desk every day while I trade.
Taking a video for the gram, boys. You'll see yourself on the gram. Cool, guys. I'm going to throw that calendar in here one more time while I wrap it up. Do the little outro. Thank you guys for joining today. Make sure to book that call as soon as you can. If not, join that Discord. I will be sending out those PDFs in the meantime. But thank you guys so much for joining. I had an absolute blast. As always, Jimmy, what's up? I see you saying wait.
I'm going to send this link for the Discord one more time, just because few people are like, all right, so you make an account on Discord. I'm going to send the link in here one more time. Make sure to click it, copy it, save it somewhere if you're not already in. Literally all you're going to do once you have your account set up, click this link, log in. You're going to join the Discord, and then you'll see everything in there. So I'm going to send it in here one more time. If you haven't already clicked on it, copy that link, paste it, put it somewhere, open it, go through the steps you need to go through. But that is how you join the community. That's your private link or code name, whatever you're looking for. It's right there.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Can't wait to talk to some of you guys. Can't wait to see you guys in the Discord. I better see you guys active in that Discord now that you guys know the strat. I'll be trading live tomorrow. So make sure to DM Jimmy or myself if you guys want access to that live tomorrow. And then if not, we'll be in contact soon. I hope you guys actually learned something tonight. Other than that, I appreciate you guys. I trade live at 9 is when I start the live, 9 a.m. EST. I'm from Ohio, so I'm EST time frame. So from 9 to about 11 EST, I'll be live. Other than that, I'll be throwing out the stuff just in the Discord chat, and then that's it. But I better see all you guys active in the chat. I want you guys to be very active and grow your accounts with me so we can kind of build a huge cult inside this crypto chat. All right, boys?
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, if there's any ladies out there, thank you guys. I'm going to head out. Hopefully you guys have a great night. Make sure to study up. This is just the start, ladies and gentlemen. Just the start. Let's grind. Let's get it, boys.
I will see you tomorrow, Noah, in the live stream.
Yes, sir. Peace out, boys. All right, guys. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. I hope you guys could see my passion for this strategy, and I hope you guys could take some value away from today. If you guys want to join the community, if you guys want to book a call to our mastermind, make sure you guys click the link in the description and you will find all the links needed for your next steps in trading. But without further ado, let's run this strategy up and make sure to join me tomorrow live. But I'll see you guys then. Peace.